Hi Internet, it's Jack Diamond, and I'm here to explain exactly what Jimmy's going to need to bring with him in order to play the game at noon on Saturday, June the 2nd. So Jimmy, if you're listening, you already know where you're supposed to be, and that's at the house in Niagara. So make sure you're there, you're ready to receive the first clue. And that brings me to my next point, exactly what you're going to need to have with you in order to play the game. The first thing you're going to need is a cell phone. Make sure your cell phone is fully charged, so plug it in the night before. You're going to need it all day. That's going to be your principal point of contact for all the clues you receive during the game. Make sure it's turned on and ready to receive your first clue. The next thing you're going to need is some sort of barcode scanning app. A lot of the clues are delivered by QR code on real-world objects, so make sure you have one of those apps installed on your cell phone. You might also consider having a GPS app on your phone or a real GPS. You're not going to need a GPS for actual coordinates in the game, although I did consider that. But mostly you'll need the GPS just to get you from point A to point B to find the quickest route in case you forget the city that you're driving around in. I'd also highly recommend bringing a cell phone charger with you, a car charger that is, so that when you're driving from point A to point B, you can charge your cell phone in the car. You don't want your phone to die in the middle of the day, and we are going to be using it quite extensively, so make sure it stays fully charged. You'll probably want to bring a laptop with you. Not that it's entirely necessary, most of the games and puzzles you'll be playing can be done on your cell phone, but if you want the full experience, you might want a slightly larger screen. Make sure you can tether it to your cell phone as well so that you have internet accessibility wherever you are. Along with that, you might want to bring some sort of AC inverter to charge your laptop in the car or to be able to power it in the car so that you also don't run out of power there. And that brings me to my next point. You're going to need a car. I've already mentioned that you'll be driving from point A to point B and, well, quite frankly, you should have a car to do that. It can be your car, it could be somebody else's car, but just make sure you're comfortable driving from point A to point B. You're also going to want to bring with you a pad of paper or a notebook and a pen or pencil. There's a lot of codes and puzzles that you're going to have to play along the way, and quite frankly, you're going to want to write everything down. Another consideration you might want to make is a pair of good boots. Some of the locations can be a little bit muddy. If you don't mind your shoes getting a little bit damp or a little bit muddy, that's okay, but just keep in mind it might happen, especially if the weather is going to be bad on the day or on the day before. The game will be played rain or shine, but even if it rains the day before, you may see some residual water in some places. That's about it. If you have everything on this list, you're probably in pretty good shape for the game. If you can think of anything else you want to bring along, I'm not going to restrict you. You can bring anything you like. I just don't think anything else is 100% necessary. At this point, the game becomes your brain versus my brain. So, good luck.